Good job, Herlock. You killed her.
When will he be stopped? First Kazuma-san, now Susato-san?
Hey, I did not kill him. Maybe.
That we know
Whoa! Hold on a minute.
with it, but I don't think
fun topics.
an October caused Kazuma's death. Case solved.
Surely you need only look at my expression to ascertain if this is seriousness or silliness.
I can never tell with you. That's the point.
I'm sure the DLC makes this harder.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the mystery of this, weird display exhibit that we've run into at the Wax Museum. We were in the middle of examining it when Shom showed up, so, we're still gonna continue to examine into it.
This must be the killer, the fiend known as the Professor.
Yeah, I think so. According to what Madame Tuspel said, he killed 5 victims, all of noble or royal blood.
The waxwork is so lifelike, isn't it? Like all the models in this place.
I know. It looks like it could start moving at any moment, doesn't it? If only it had a head, that is. Perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail.
I like that Naruhodo's apparently not afraid of this thing because it's missing its head, when it's like, if it started moving without a head, that'd be way more terrifying.
Yeah.
So this is the condemned man.
Yeah, the so-called professor.
Then perhaps his head was chopped off by a guillotine. But unable to find peace, he emerged from his grave as a headless ghost.
Ugh. Who has the more wild imagination? Because usually that sounds like something Ryunosuke would come up with. Do we have to entertain such terrifying ideas, Mr. Sato?
Yes.
Anyway, I'm sure the model had a head once. There's a metal fitting for it, see?
Then perhaps Mr. Shom's absent-mindedly forgot to reattach it?
That's an extremely absent-minded detective you're describing, isn't it?
Or perhaps the thief absent-mindedly forgot to include the head when he or she returned it to the museum?
That would be an extremely absent-minded thief.
I feel like the entire conversation should have been Ryunosuke's lines were Susato's, and Susato's lines were Ryunosuke's.
Could there have been some reason why only the head wasn't returned? Well, whatever the reason, it means we don't know what the face of the infamous professor looked like, do we? Oh. There's something caught just inside the convict's jacket. Here. Looks like a broken piece of broken glass. And quite a big piece, too.
It's very thick, isn't it? About 5 times thicker than normal window glazing, I'd say.
Where could such a thick piece of glass have come from, I wonder?
I suppose it must have been thick to increase its strength.
But why?
Protected from bullets, I guess?
Well, perhaps. Because the glass had to span a particularly wide area, such as a big building, for example.
Oh. Well, we know where it came from now.
Yeah. But then that leads to question, why was it there? Well, we've seen a large glass building recently, haven't we? And some of the glass was broken, too.
Mm-hmm.
You told me.
Exactly. The Crystal Tower at the Great Exhibition.
Mm-hmm.
That owl sounds very weird.
Hoot, hoot, hoot! You're getting it? Hoot, hoot, hoot!
But why would a glass from a crystal tower be lodged inside the waxwork's jacket?
It makes you think, doesn't it?
piece of broken glass. A small fragment of very unusual and thick glass that was found in the folds of the clothing of the Professor of Waxwork. It would appear to be from the Crystal Tower.
No, it's from Space Colony Arc Shadow.
Joke's on you, the Space Colony Arc is made of reinforced metal, not glass.
Earlier in court, we established that the kinesis experiment was a trick. And now we discover this fragment of glass here in this waxwork. Is it just a coincidence? I mean, it does. You know what? Considering the thief was willing to return this thing too, conveniently after today's trial when we found out it was a trick. Wondering. Thinking.
But what I want to know is, why is it number 139?
He's inmate number 139, I'm assuming.
I believe
My
I
God,
told
he's
you a
dead.
little bit.
Oh, sorry.
He's just getting really into characters of waxwork, okay? He had to talk himself out of it internally first.
Exactly. I believe I told you a little about the professor yesterday, did I not? He took the lives of 5 victims, everyone being either a member of the aristocracy or royalty. All were attacked by an enormous hunting hound and had their throats ripped from their bodies.
Oh gosh, an enormous hound? How awful.
Eat the rich.
Again, I'm just picturing all rocks from a Castlevania. After taking the life of his 5th victim, the killer was apprehended. It was a case of unprecedented magnitude in Britain, you understand. Accordingly, the professor was tried in a closed court. No members of the public were permitted.
A closed court. So you mean that the professor's identity?
As you've surmised, my dear fellow, his identity was never made public. Naturally, he was found guilty and was summarily sentenced to death by hanging. He was buried in a grave at Lowgate Cemetery, which adjoins the rear of the prison where he had been held. However, that was not the end of the affair.
Oh,
The very night that he was buried, the convicted man came back to life.
Came back to life?
He clawed his way out of the ground and emerged into the moonlight graveyard. The exhibit here depicts that very scene, as described by the sole witness to those chilling events.
There was a witness.
But of course, my dear fellow, it was none other than the young man in the white overcoat.
Enoch Drebber. He saw it happen?
Also
he's a
probably
big
the
liar.
owl, but nobody really pays attention to what he says.
Yeah, because one thing's not adding up. The guy was tried in a closed court, no one knew the identity, so how does Madame Two Spells know how to make the wax figure?
We'll find out. So this is a waxwork model of Enoch Drebber.
10 years ago, the convicted professor, having been gibbeted
Gibbeted.
Gibby!
Gibbeted.
and buried, emerged from his grave in the dead of night. The sole witness to that unimaginable scene was this young man. From appearances, I would say he was about 20 years old.
Dang, he got gray hair fast.
it's so horrifying.
Scared out of his wits, the young Drebber ran to a nearby police station to report the incident. And the sheer terror of what he'd seen is said to have turned his hair white overnight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sure, that can happen.
as shown in the photograph we have of him. His hair is completely white.
For the following few days, the story of what he'd seen was on every front page in the capital. The public was frantic for every last detail about the killer who'd come back to life. As you've seen, an exhibit was even created here at Madame Tuspel's.
I can quite understand why the man's hair turned white, certainly. But what I don't understand is what Mrs. Rebbe was doing there in the first place. In a lonely graveyard in the middle of the night.
Yeah, what? What was he up to?
The Professor Acts of Terror threw London's upper classes into complete panic 10 years ago. It was on a great scandal, one might say, at the very highest levels of society. And since the killer's identity was never made public, rumors abounded. After all, no killer had ever before systematically employed a dog as a weapon of murder.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on a second.
Uh-huh.
Did the people who wrote the Cruella movie play this game first?
Yeah, I can imagine the impact the case must have had.
But in time, of course, the rumors abated. So too did the talk of shocking witness account of the convict who came back to life. It was forgotten, dismissed as a dubious ghost story, as a preposterous parlor tale.
But why did people stop believing it?
Why? Simply because there was no resurrection to speak of, as was established, in fact.
What? What do you mean by no resurrection?
The police investigated the grave in Lowgate Cemetery and published their findings. The convict's body was found to be buried exactly where it had been following the execution.
No! But that's what I mean, Mr. Rebbe. Was there like to put it in the newspapers?
That would appear to be the only logical explanation, yes. Also, I'm just imagining the body being, like, resurrecting, seeing all the dirt around him, and just, like, slowly putting it all over him again. Just because he didn't want to be disturbed. It's like, dude, I was having a good nap. F off.
The scene from One Piece, the zombies come out, Luffy. No, you go back in there.
I've seen the gif for that.
You don't go out here, you go in there.
The young man subsequently vanished from society, and nothing has been heard of him since. It's rather striking, then, that he should resurface now, don't you think?
Of course, the convicted murderer couldn't really have come back to life. That's not possible. But Trevor's hair is unusually white, and if that really did happen overnight as a result of shock, it's hard to believe the incident was an out-and-out lie. Gina, hello.
Bleeding Nora Otto, what you gonna done?
Nothing. Also, give me a second. You can freak out for a little bit there, okay? Just chill for a moment.
Just
Hey,
imagine
Otto,
her trying to catch her
Otto,
breath.
what are you doing?
Oh,
Otto, what are you doing?
we're looking at a camera. Gina, you want to
I'm
look
literally
with us?
talking to you right now, and you just ignore me?
Yes. Do you want to look at a camera with us?
Gina, go look at that headless guy over there.
Oh, what the?
What a wonderful machine.
You really love contraptions like this, don't you?
Oh yes, anything mechanical I find absolutely irresistible.
Almost irresistible, surely.
Well, whenever I see a pocket watch, for example, I can't help myself. I simply have to take it apart.
That's worrying.
Yes, Father tells the time by the rumblings of his stomach now. He's given up on having a watch.
Poor Professor Mikatoba. Susato! Anyway, there's a nice blood stain here.
Look, is it ODDO?
What is it?
The bed was just here. There seems to be some very dark red stains.
Yeah, you're right. It looks like blood, actually.
Oh, why?
I'm sure it's not what you're thinking. The second paragraph. Or
It's blood.
Thanks. Well,
Why is there a real camera in this waxwork museum?
oh look, the cover came open.
Yes, now, there should be a glass plate inside. You have to change the plate with each new photograph you want to take, you see?
And the plate's missing, isn't it? Is something wrong?
There is no plate. It's been removed.
Who could have seen that coming?
I know. What a pity. But I suppose if you think about it, this wouldn't be the actual camera that was used at the time. It's just like the waxword isn't the actual person. Okay, well, where did that blood come from? So we never have found a photographic print of the executed convict coming back to life anyway.
Oh, yes, you're quite right, of course.
Where's Susato-san? She looks devastated.
Well, yeah, you
Sure.
dashed our hopes and dreams.
I don't know, man. Like,
She wanted to see a dead body, huh? You ever think about that?
No, I didn't want to see that actually. That I know of.
I don't think this is a prop anyway. But anyway, well, I guess we will think about that later on. Hi, Gina.
Why is it here? It's gonna bother me now. Why is it? Why was it?
Glad you could remember me, Odo. Thank you for that. I'm so glad.
Hi, Gina. I haven't seen you in so long.
How you doing, Susie? I'm having a great time. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad. Anyway, Odo!
Gina, what are you doing here?
The joke is we just saw each other like 5 hours ago.
I asked Iris, and she said this is where you'd be. So...
Gina, that's her head in the museum.
Jesus Christ, Gina.
I like that the concern is that she's being loud, not that she loaded a weapon.
Madame Tuspels will have you take a position as a waxwork if you're not too careful.
I think there might be more pressing concern.
I still have some flash powder left from 6 months ago, so...
Alright, Gina, we understand, but please, put down the... whatever that is.
Also, I'm surprised you're not shooting Mr. Naruhodo.
Give me time. Sorry, I got scared. There's like the beheaded dead body over there. There's a lot.
You should try being the one on the other end of the barrel.
The owl is quite scary, I agree, Gina.
So, what brings you here, Gina?
What brings me here? What do you think? We found it. We found that Dachiko's workshop.
What? You found Drever's workshop?
Yep. Toby's nose took me straight there. The boss and the others are heading over there now in a drag. So come on. Here's the address. I got the boss to write it out.
Oh, thank you, Gina. We'll make our way there at once.
Alright then, see you there.
Okay, that's a cute animation of her saluting.
Yeah, actually that is really cute.
Why are you bum?
You go. Don't mind me. I'll just stay here, being still.
He's bummed.
Well, it's
He's
not like
bummed
we can
because he doesn't get
replace
to
you.
go.
Alright, yeah, he's bummed because he can't go, can he? What?
I know my place. In the exhibit over there.
Oh dear, someone is feeling sorry for himself.
Whoa!
Let's go, Mr. Sholmes. You're coming too.
Your words hearten me, I must say, but if I were to shirk my duties here, Madam would have me pay monetary recompense, and I resist dinner plate.
Forget that! I'll pay for everything! Oh god,
Do
Ryunosuke.
you have the money to do that, Ryunosuke?
No, I don't!
Then there's not a moment to lose, my dear fellow. I shall hail a carriage at once.
No offer to share the cost from Mr. Sholmes, then. Ryunosuke, what do you expect? Come on.
Ryunosuke, you're an idiot.
I shall gladly pay half, Mr. Naruto.
Thank you, Mr. Sato. Right, let's go. Let's get out of this very creepy exhibit. Thank you. 23rd October, Enoch Dreber's workshop. That looks like...
Oh, it's in a super high voltage today. It's Kadisa's machine.
Indeed, it would appear so, though only a prototype, naturally.
What you got here then?
See that? What they're fighting for this place. In such a little time, you've really worked miracles.
It's Toby here's the miracle worker.
Dang!
Oh.
What? Greg's absolutely right right now. What?
He's there, he smells a stink, and the stink is Herlock Sholmes. I don't know.
What is wrong?
I thought you lot would be here before long.
It would appear my curse on your fish and chips is finally working.
Hello, Inspector. That's one knitted brow. He looks like he's eating a lemon, not a bag of fish and chips.
So, Inspector, is there any sign of the engineer?
Certainly not. We didn't find a sword in here.
Oh, what a shame.
Well, thank you for letting us know about this place and giving us the chance to investigate.
According to what Gina tells me, we only found it thanks to the crew that you lot turned up. I wouldn't want to say go to Paris with a debt of gratitude I'm paying now, would I?
Thank you.
Anyway, if you're hoping to super admin here, I'd get cracking. Lord and Zeke's forensic investigation team are on the way here as we speak.
Them again.
I imagine you've got the picture right now. They don't take too kindly to lawyer types.
Right.
So then, my dear fellow, let's turn this place upside down whilst we have the chance.
And you, Sherums.
Pardon?
I take even less kindly to the great detectives than I do the lawyers.
Very droll, Gregson, very droll. But you may consider me nothing more than a inconspicuous waxwork model.
What the hell is he talking about?
Don't worry about it, sir. Right then, let's
Don't worry
see.
about it. He's being weird. I don't know.
Right then, let's see what we can find in here. Well, this is interesting too. Hey, this is it's a European style quiver of arrows with steel bolts inside.
How do you suppose?
Crossbow bolts these.
Did you mean bowgun?
Yeah, bowgun.
Crossbow and bowgun are the same thing in my book. And just the right size for the bull you lot turned up at the exposition grounds.
In other words,
Yep. There's more evidence to support your theory. It all goes to show that the Dada was really the one pulling the strings behind the scenes of this whole scam.
second
Crossbow.
sentence.
It belongs to Mr. Enoch Dreber.
Oh, I can look up. Hello. And then I made look down anyway.
Hey, Senator Naruto, that machine is covered by the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act.
No, it's not.
There will be serious repercussions if you were to examine it from the crown and the government.
That didn't stop him from almost spilling government secrets last time.
That's not stopping them. Well, those two don't seem to be holding back.
It's quite hollow inside. No working parts or devices of deception to be seen, my dear fellow.
No loose change dropped on the floor or nothing. I need a bone for Toby here, my dear fella.
Thank you, Gina.
British people are very much ruled by their own ideas, aren't they?
I think that's just these two, Miss Susato.
I may have do, but you guys aren't talking to me.
What on earth is this?
In aeroplanes, Naruhodo. One day, scientists believe that there are humans that fly freely in the skies.
Is that how the trick will be described? Is it?
Sorry?
Well, it's actually suspended by a thin but very strong cable, isn't it?
Oh my god, it's just a model.
Oh, well, this model is, yes, but the real aeroplane will actually fly high in the sky.
Well, suspended from somewhere even higher in the sky, of course.
How would they get there, Naruhodo?
Because large metal objects obviously can't really stay in midair unsupported. I mean, you know what? Ryunosuke has a point to be, like, kind of, you know, a little, wary about it, because, like, back then that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, no, let's go to the moon so that we can attach a string to it.
Yeah.
And then have the planes hanging off the moon. Just to really sell the con.
Uh-huh.
Let's go to the moon to sell the con.
Or, you know, just a taller tower, as Susato just suggested.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So, to you, the solution is even taller towers? Like a space elevator that goes all the way to the moon? Like shown in Capcom's 2004 game, Mega Man 8 X8?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Susato. That's silly.
Mega Man isn't real, it doesn't exist.
Oh, Lewis.
I feel you.
That's it. Cry it out, player son.
I hate you.
At least I didn't do the Cody Rico voice. This appears to be most interesting. Yes, most interesting indeed, wouldn't you say?
It's an impressive looking back massager, that's for sure.
Nice.
Ryunosuke. I have no doubt that if you hit your shoulders a few times with that, your aches and pains would soon go away.
I think it would make them worse.
It's a Royal Society trophy for excellence in science. A young scientist could wish for no higher honor.
Oh.
Would you like a massage?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
But you said all your eggs would go away.
I had no idea it was such a grand thing.
I mean, it's just kind of like wobbled over there for no reason.
Yeah, it's
so
just kind of laid over.
I mean, they will go away if I hit you in the head with this.
Please. No.
I think he's onto something, hang on.
Nope. No,
I hit you that in the first.
I think it's becoming increasingly clear that there's much more to this Inoctoreba than conjuring tricks.
Couldn't agree more, my dear madam. And how about you, Mr. Naruhodo? Wouldn't you like to take it with you? For your tired shoulders, of course.
He's not gonna let that go, is he?
No, honestly, he
I'm not gonna
shouldn't.
let that go.
He shouldn't let that go. You're an idiot, Naruhodo. You're an idiot.
It's curious though, isn't it? You would expect such an important trophy to be proudly on display somewhere, but happens to be cast aside. English gentleman can be quite a mystery at times.
Science trophy. A Royal Society trophy for excellence in science that was found in Mr. Drebber's workshop. It's a very prestigious award for a young scientist.
Is it good for massages, Shadow?
It's very good for massages if you hit hard enough.
I'm sorry, Mr. Naruhodo. The machine is covered by the thing I told you. Also, it's covered by the detective Gregson's hat.
I wanted to just talk to Gregson, but the game is like, no, we can't talk to Gregson. And I'm like, alright, fine. Alright, fine. Don't let us talk to Gregson. What else am I examining then?
And so Naruhodo did not talk to Gregson.
I mean, he wouldn't let me. See, it's just a check mark. What do you want me to do about that?
What about the ladder? There's a ladder here.
Nope. I already got the achievement, so I don't think I have any. Okay, well, I guess I'm examining this door. This door doesn't want to open. Also, I already got the trophy for the step ladder thing, so,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a pretty hefty lock on it.
And the specialist looks to put his way here from the yard, so hands off until he gets here.
With permission, Inspector, I could have that lock open in less than a minute.
When you don't have permission, and no one's giving it to you.
Gregson looked
I
as
like
though...
Gregson's smug look.
Gregson looked as though he really enjoyed that.
Honestly, he should.
There's no sound of anybody on the other side.
No, Trevor must have fled at the first sign of danger. Or did he?
Sir?
Oh,
Is something wrong, Mr. Sato?
wait. I thought I heard a noise from the far side of that door. Where, Gina? Did you hear it too?
Yeah, I heard and all. What do you reckon, Toby?
Good dog.
Right, mind the grease. Without in there, open up. This is Scotland Yard. What?
What is going on back there?
What a
Oh my!
good
Somebody
question.
is in there.
Ah, this rotten bleeding look.
My dear Gregson, as I said only minutes ago, if only it were countenanced, I could unlock that door in less than a minute.
Oh,
Fine. I'll take that up for it. Just get us through that blasted door.
There, you may enter at will.
you confused minutes with seconds, I think.
Time is of the essence, I feel. What are we waiting for?
Nothing for it, I suppose. This is an emergency.
There's a strong possibility that beyond that door is the engineer you all seek. Be prepared for action, my dear fellow.
Yes.
What? Dynamite?
Dynamite.
There are footprints on the ceiling.
What? What happened in here?
He's having a Pokemon battle.
Why is everything upside down? Yeah, that's a pretty good question, huh? I guess we'll have to figure that out in the next video, guys! See you all then!
The balloon's not upside down. Unless balloon.